welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a Sailor Moon collection update video for the month of, I guess technically July, even though now it's August. I'm a little late into making this video, but I also have been collecting a few things within the last couple of days, so I kind of wanted to wait to do a video, and to be quite honest, I'm still somewhat waiting on some things. I'll explain a little bit more in just a second, but the collection has changed just slightly. There are some things that I've been toying around with, moving things, getting some new additions, and in terms of doing that, needing to move things for these new additions. Basically, my collection has still stayed in this whole kind of setup, but it's obvious and very apparent that I'm starting to outgrow these two bookcases as well as this red shelf right here in the center. And yeah, it's quite a lot, but I'm going to go more in depth of like what's changed and my plans and stuff with the collection. I was just getting texting rather my sister about some things, which I will explain later about too. She kind of sometimes helps me with getting some collector pieces, because it's easier when there's two people trying to hunt some things down on eBay versus just one, especially if it's an auction. But I'll explain all that in just a second of what I'm actually talking about. So as we get closer, I guess we'll start on the left-hand side here. I decided to move all of the Tamashii Buddies little statues to this shelf with the Girls and Memories figures, and the reason being, which I will show you in a second where they were, is because I have something new there. But I also think this is kind of a cool idea because it kind of structures out the layout. Poor Sailor Moon is stuck behind Chibi Moon, but I didn't want to erase her because then she would be blocking Sailor Moon from the Girls Memories figures line. So I kind of just decided to leave it like this. I think it looks really nice. I like that stacking them up and having them in between each set of Guardians kind of just structures out where they're at and kind of shows their symbol and stuff. I just think that this looks really nice. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. But that's what's changed up there. All of my Atsumete figures, both crystal and regular, have been moved, but I'll show you where all of them went as we go on. Nothing's really changed in this shelf. Everything's pretty much the same. You can see that I have obtained the school uniform Petite Char line of the inners, and then all their Atsumete figures are back there. Of course, the Crystal Figuarts Zero figures are still there, and then all my pull-ups are still here as well. Nothing's really changed. Nothing with the plushes either. They're still the same, still in the same old spots. Okay. This shelf, to be quite honest, has had many different changes. I've had these figures in there. I've had SH Figuarts figures in there. I've had Atsumete figures. I've had everybody in this shelf. I just can never seem to keep this shelf having the same people for a long period of time. But so far, I just have the Crystal Crystal Atsumete figures of the inners, and then their Figuart Zero figures. I'm still waiting to try and get the Sailor Moon Crystal Atsumete figure. She like runs super ridiculously expensive on Amazon and eBay and stuff, and I don't know why, but eventually I'll get her. And then down here, I recently obtained, which I know I said I was going to do an unboxing video of, and I totally didn't because I was too excited. I have Mamoru and Usagi, the wedding versions. Let me just tell you, Usagi alone, this doll was, both of these dolls really, were worth the money that I spent on the pair. But this doll alone, the retail price that she runs for on Pull Up Style by herself is $171, I think. She is totally worth the money with everything that she comes with. She has a hair clip that she comes with that you put in yourself. Of course, her veil. She's got her bouquet of flowers, her shoes you have to put on. What else do you have to put on her? I think that's it, because her earrings are already on, her necklace is already on, her stockings, her gloves are already on. Like, this doll is absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. I can do a more in-depth video for you guys if you want to see all the details, like within her dress and within her face up and stuff. Like, she's absolutely gorgeous. And then with Mamoru, all that comes with him are his boutonniere, which is in his little pocket, and then his mask. I opened up his jacket as well as his vest and stuff just to take a look at the inside of his clothes. So nice. These dolls were definitely worth the money that I spent. And then I also moved Princess Serenity and Humaluna out of there because it was just getting too crowded, and I'm still trying to find a place for these cat plushes. but I've left Small Lady and Helios in there. And the shelf is kind of to me right now that I've added them. I wish I could try and fit Human Luna and Princess Serenity in there. I just think it looks too cluttered. But if I can find a place for the cats in my collection somewhere, then I will try and add those back and just fill that shelf quite out. So this section, as you can tell, my huge Sailor Moon poster's pretty much getting covered because I have recently started to collect the Irwin dolls from 2000-2001, the Sailor Moon 11.5-inch dolls. I like to call these my Sailor Moon Barbies, if you will, because they pretty much are. Today, in the mail, I got Chibi Moon and Wicked Lady, or as they called her back then, Mini Moon, which I think is hilarious. I got those two today in the mail. I, over the weekend, got Mercury, Venus, and Neptune together. By the way, everyone up here except for Mars all came from the same seller. And Mars I got in the middle of last week. You can kind of tell that Mars is kind of the oddball because her box isn't in as great condition as the other ones. The seller that I bought the other ones from currently also has Jupiter, Uranus, and Pluto up for sale. Me and my sister are trying to tag team to get Pluto, and I want to try and get Jupiter as well. Uranus I can get from somebody else that I've already looked up. But I'm just explaining my plans. Obviously, Sailor Moon is missing, of course, and at some point down the road I will for sure get her, and then of course Saturn and possibly Tuxedo Mask and Princess Serenity, but they're not up there on my list right now. But I've spent quite a money. Wow, I can't even speak. Spent quite a bit of money this past week on just these dolls alone. So I'm trying not to spend so much more money, but at the same time, this seller that I've bought the rest of these from, the condition of both the dolls and the boxes are in such great condition that it's hard not to try and get them from her, because it's just really, really nice to see these kinds of dolls from so far long ago be in such great condition, both doll and box. So yeah. You can also see I got the Black Lady Funko Pop figure from the CDCC Comic-Con convention this summer. She is absolutely gorgeous. I love her. And then of course all the key rings being with their respected Funko Pop characters. I was going to put Black Lady up there with the Funko, but then it just made more sense just to keep her because there's no ledge. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's happened there. And then over here, not much has really changed, except for the top has pretty much stayed the same, all my SH Figuarts figures, and then all of the Senshi, both inner and outer, in their Petite Chara forms, just lined up in front. In this shelf, I've moved a little bit. I obtained the outers and their school uniforms. I've also added Black Lady and Mistress 9 up into the shelf just to kind of fill it up quite a bit. So there's quite a lot going on in this shelf now that I've added them and kind of moved the Crystal Figuarts Zero figures around. Still hoping that one day they release Chibi Moon and the Crystal Figuarts Zero figures. And I'm still trying to look for the Atsumete figures of Pluto and Saturn. I have Neptune, Uranus, and Chibi Moon in there. Still waiting on the other two. Nothing has really changed with the shelf. Still trying to decide if I want to keep them both in boxes like this or take them out and be able to add more stuff around them. I'm not sure yet. But that's Princess Serenity and Chibiusa and Helios in their Figuarts Zero Charlotte forms. And then I decided to put Human Luna and Princess Serenity down here since I moved Black Lady and Mistress 9. Nothing's really changed, except I also last week got the Starlight's Petite Chara set and have displayed those just right there. I'm thinking maybe if I decide to take the Charlotte figures out of their boxes, putting the supers around those, because it just kind of, to me, fits in a way. But I'm not sure yet, because there are some more Petite Charas that I'm wanting to get that I can line up in there as well, and this is more than likely going to become the Stars shelf. Once Princess Kaku ever gets released on Pull Up Style, I'll be definitely ordering her. You guys already know. But that's pretty much all that's happened in that shelf. Again, nothing with the plushes have changed either. It's all just the same. And then over here, my sister wasn't using the shelving unit, so I decided to take it from her. I pretty much have a lot of the SH Figuarts, as well as the Atsumete and Petite Chara Figuarts Zero, Helios, and Usagi and Mamoru's boxes are in there. This is just basically holding up all of the boxes that I couldn't fit in either bookshelf or the red shelving unit that I have. And I'm not very fond of having it there. I want to do something different, but at the same time, I don't want all their boxes like hidden in my closet, because I get a lot of bugs and other things that happen to run across my room here and there since I live in the basement, so I don't want their boxes infiltrated by who knows what. So that's going to be it for this video on my updated Sailor Moon collection. If you guys have any questions about anything that's in this collection, please don't hesitate to ask me down in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!